In Micah chapter 7, the prophet begins with a lament over the moral decay in the land, describing a time when no one can be trusted, neighbors betray each other, friends deceive, and even family members act treacherously. There is widespread corruption and injustice, and the people are suffering because of the nation's unfaithfulness. The chapter paints a grim picture of society where righteousness is scarce and evil seems to prevail. Despite this darkness, the prophet expresses his personal hope and faith in the Lord. He admits that he looks for the faithful but finds none, yet he still puts his trust in God. Micah pleads for God's mercy, recalling his kindness and forgiveness, and asks God to remember his covenant of love rather than anger. He acknowledges God's power to save and his willingness to redeem Israel, even in their time of distress. The chapter also speaks of God's justice and judgment on the wicked. It declares that God will bring down the proud and exalt the humble. He will wipe out the enemies of his people and protect the faithful remnant. God's anger will not last forever. He will ultimately restore and bless his people, turning their sorrow into joy. In closing, Micah expresses confidence that God will act as a mighty Savior, forgiving iniquity and cleansing sin. He looks forward to a time when the nations will witness God's power and mercy, and his people will live in peace and security under his care. The chapter ends on a note of hope, celebrating God's unfailing love and faithfulness even in the face of human failure. Let's now read Micah chapter 7. Woe is me! For I am as when they have gathered the summer fruits, as the grape gleanings of the vintage. There is no cluster to eat, my soul desired the first ripe fruit. The good man is perished out of the earth, and there is none upright among men. They all lie in wait for blood, they hunt every man his brother with a net. That they may do evil with both hands earnestly, the prince asketh, and the judge asketh for a reward, and the great man, he uttereth his mischievous desire, so they wrap it up. The best of them is as a briar, the most upright is sharper than a thorn hedge. The day of thy watchman and thy visitation cometh, now shall be their perplexity. Trust ye not in a friend, put ye not confidence in a guide, keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom. For the son dishonoureth the father, the daughter riseth up against her mother, the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemies are the men of his own house. Therefore I will look unto the Lord, I will wait for the God of my salvation, my God will hear me. Rejoice not against me, O mine enemy, when I fall, I shall arise, when I sit in darkness, the Lord shall be a light unto me. I will bear the indignation of the Lord, because I have sinned against him, until he plead my cause, and execute judgment for me. He will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her which said unto me, Where is the Lord thy God? Mine eyes shall behold her, now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. In the day that thy walls are to be built, in that day shall the decree be far removed. In that day also he shall come even to thee from Assyria, and from the fortified cities, and from the fortress even to the river, and from sea to sea, and from mountain to mountain. Notwithstanding the land shall be desolate because of them that dwell therein, for the fruit of their doings. Feed thy people with thy rod, the flock of thine heritage, which dwell solitarily in the wood, in the midst of Carmel. Let them feed in Bashan and Gilead, as in the days of old. According to the days of thy coming out of the land of Egypt will I show unto him marvelous things. The nations shall see and be confounded at all their might, they shall lay their hand upon their mouth, their ears shall be deaf. They shall lick the dust like a serpent, they shall move out of their holes like worms of the earth. They shall be afraid of the Lord our God, and shall fear because of thee. Who is a God like unto thee, that pardoneth iniquity, and passeth by the transgression of the remnant of his heritage? He retaineth not his anger forever, because he delighteth in mercy. He will turn again, he will have compassion upon us, he will subdue our iniquities, and thou wilt cast all their sins into the depths of the sea. Thou wilt perform the truth to Jacob, and the mercy to Abraham, which thou hast sworn unto our fathers from the days of old. This ends our reading of Micah chapter 7.